What is your favorite shoe brand? Adidas? Converse? Under Armour? Whatever it is, I'm sure that you are familiar with Nike, one of the most recognized and biggest sportswear brands in the world. How did the company start that in just 50 years became a global corporation valued at more than $200 billion? That's what we're going to talk about. If you are new to my channel, I invite you to subscribe if you like this kind of videos. Also, click the bell icon so you will be updated for my new uploads. The story of Nike begins at the University of Oregon in 1962, where Phil Knight is part of the school's track and field team. This is where he met their coach, Bill Bowerman, a well-known coach and an expert when it comes to running shoes. As a student, he had an idea about shoes. At that time, Japanese camera brands like Nikon and Canon were taking over the big camera brands from Germany. He thought that this could also happen to shoes, which by that time were also dominated by German brands like Puma and Adidas. Phil graduated but was still obsessed with his idea and really wanted to pursue it. That's why in 1962, after graduation, he went to Japan. Did you know that Phil only had his idea and courage at that time? In fact, he didn't have any experience with Japanese shoes or meeting with Japanese businessmen, but just like Nike's famous slogan, "Just do it," even though he lacked experience, Phil just went ahead and did it. He went to Kobe, a city in Japan, where he saw a shoe store named Onitsuka Tiger. He noticed the store because of the good quality of the shoes there. And this is where Phil found his partner for his ideal business. He arranged a meeting with the store owner and presented himself as a distributor of shoes in America. Asked what is the name of his business, Phil came up with a made-up company name which he called Blue Ribbon Sports. In their discussion, he asked the owner to be his shoe distributor in America. And to his surprise, the owner agreed. And this is where the partnership of Phil and Onitsuka Tiger started. In 1963, he received his first delivery from Japan, and he looked for tracks where there were many runners and sold his shoes out of the trunk of his car. Although he sold some shoes, Phil knew that it would be hard for him to scale his business if he did not change his strategy. And this is where he asked for the help of his former coach Bill Bowerman. Bowerman liked the Tiger shoes and joined Phil as business partner. In the January of 1964, they legalized their business, Blue Ribbon Sports, or let's just call it BRS. And they both invested $500 each to buy shoes from Japan. In April 1964, their delivery came, and he used his popularity and connections to sell the shoes. And in just 4 months, they sold all their shoes. In their first year, they have sold $8,000 worth of shoes. And because the company is already earning, Phil decided to hire employees. Jeff Johnson is his first employee that worked for him as a salesman. BRS's earnings increased in 1965, where they earned $20,000 and later on opened their first store in Santa Monica, California. He run the business, but the one who's really responsible for the design of the shoes is Bowerman because of his experience with running shoes. He also wrote a book about jogging that sold 1 million copies and helped promote their Tiger shoes for jogging. Bowerman is meticulous when it comes to the shoes coming from Japan. He always thinks of ways on how he can improve the design of the shoes that they sell. If he want to change or alter the design, he send a letter to their supplier in Japan. And from his design, came the shoes that will make BRS popular, the Cortez, which became the best-selling shoes in 1968, with the help of the 1968 Olympics in Mexico. In 1969, their sales increased to $300,000 thanks to the popularity of the Cortez. And because of the high demand for the Cortez, BRS experienced a supply problem. It did not help that Onitsuka is also selling Cortez in Japan and just export what is left to America. This is where the two partners realized that they will not grow if they will stay as distributor and just depend on their Japanese supplier. And because Bill is the designer of the Cortez, they just need to wait for their contract with Onitsuka to end, so that they can be free to create their own shoes. Their contract will end in 1972, which is also the year of the Olympics in Munich, Germany. Phil prepared for the Olympic. This is the biggest opportunity that will come for his company. In 1971, Phil liked to change the name of his company, and he thinks of changing it to Dimension 6 because of fascination with the pop group Fifth Dimension. Jeff Johnson, the employee number 1, suggested to call it Nike, that is derived from the goddess of victory in Greek mythology. At first, Phil did not like the name, but since they don't have much time left, he agreed to use it. Phil needed the logo for his new company name, that's why he went to Portland State University and found Carolyn Davidson, a graphic design student, and paid her $35 or $220 in today's money. Just think of it, the iconic swoosh logo that is recognized worldwide just for that amount. And that completes Phil branding, and he is now ready for the Olympics. He did not partner with a single supplier in Japan. Instead, he partnered with different suppliers to help meet the growing demand for his shoes. And that's where the company started their way to success. In 1989, they became the biggest sportswear brand in America, thanks to their great marketing campaign like their popular slogan, "Just Do It." The company's popularity blew into the mainstream when they used athletes for their marketing campaigns, like Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods, which continues to this day. A lot of athletes are signed with Nike that you cannot name them all because the Nike brand is almost present in all sports. Today, Nike is valued at more than $200 billion. Phil Knight has a net worth of $40.3 billion. Bill Bowerman died in 1999 at the age of 88. Jeff Johnson, the first employee and the one who came up with the name Nike, resigned at the age of 41. Today he travels around America giving advice to young entrepreneurs. And the student who designed the iconic logo? Although Phil only paid her low at first, the businessman did not forget the person who created their famous branding. That's why, after more than a decade, Phil gave the designer 500 shares of Nike stocks, which valued at $500,000. Not bad for a simple logo design. The story of Nike is one with success that teaches us that if you have an idea and you strongly believe in it, just do it. We never know, you might be the next Phil Knight. Just do it. I hope you liked Nike's story. Thank you for joining me today, and also comment if Nike is your favorite brand or if you like another brand of shoes. If you found this video valuable, I appreciate your time. And if you like this kind of video, consider subscribing to stay updated with our future videos. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you for watching.